What's up, guys? Today I am going to give y'all 3 reasons why I could not and would not be a manager for a business. And when I say business, this means all branches of, companies, from gas stations such as Luke, Speedway, and Family Express, to drugstores like Walgreens, CVS, and Fagan, to department stores like Walmart, Ace Hardware, Menards, to grocery stores like Ultra Foods, Strack and Ben's Hill, Aldi's, Myers, Town and Country, and all of that. All of that combined, this is why I would never be a manager at any of these establishments. Oh, including fast food joints like Burger King and McDonald's and Subway and all of that too. The 3 reasons I'm going to give you fall into 3 categories. One is funny, one is serious, and one is actually pretty sad. So unlike in the cartoons and in some of the TV shows where they give you the good news first, I'd rather end out on a funny note, and I'm going to give y'all the serious one, then the sad one, then the funny one. So without further ado, let's get this video started. On a serious note, I would never be a manager because it literally consumes your life. You have no way to live your life because depending on what type of manager you are, you are on call 24/7 if something pops off. If you're the store manager especially and you run that location, if something pops off, an employee doesn't come in, or a robbery happens or something like that, you have to come in. Your district manager will probably be there if you can't be there, like if you're on vacation or something like that, or you have no means to get there. But once you get back, you're gonna have to deal with all that paperwork and all of that. So I don't want to deal with any of that. You can't really enjoy life because it centers around work. Well, if you let it, sometimes you might have to demote yourself, but if you make good money in that position, you may have, you may be stuck, man, honestly. You may not have a choice in the matter. Getting another job that pays just as much could be hard or it could be easy depending on what your interests are. I couldn't be a manager because even though I don't really have that much of a social life, like I don't go out and I don't party, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't turn up, I don't go to bars, I don't do any of that. But I still have a life. I still like to go to the gym and study law enforcement and play video games, even though a lot of y'all don't know that about me. Like I have a life and I don't want it to center around work at all. That's not gonna happen. You got me fucked up. Being a manager only consumes your life if you let it. In some instances, like if you constantly are calling up there to make sure everything is okay, you're doing it to yourself. If you open it up as to where they can call you anytime they want and you actually encourage them to, then it is your fault. They should already know that if something, your shift supervisors and your normal employees, co-managers or whatever, if they know to call you, it should be an unspoken rule. You shouldn't physically have to tell them, hey, call me up if anything pops off so I can walk you through it, or I'll come up there if it's something big. Like, how simple is that? You don't need to constantly tell them, please don't hesitate to call me. They should already know, because being a manager at some jobs, you're not off the clock. Like if shift supervisor or shift lead, you are still a normal employee, but you get a certain amount of hours and you have managerial type duties that need to be completed. So you get paid a little more, you get some authority over the normal employees and things of that nature. And not every shift lead in every business is the same, but most of them, they can write you up. And if they can't write you up, they can send you home, but they have to get approval from their co-manager or their store manager. That's generally how they go. Nah, I just couldn't do that. I don't have a problem sending you home, but now I'm shorthanded because I had to send you home because you was bullshitting. Unless someone else could come in, now I'm screwed, and because I'm the shift supervisor / lead, I'm going to be expected to close this business, if it's a business that does have a designated closing time, by myself or with a shorthanded staff because I had to send someone home. And since I'm the shift supervisor, they looked up to me to make these kind of decisions so that the business doesn't get impeded by being shorthanded, but everything still gets done. Sometimes you might have to switch jobs if this managerial spot is really consuming your life like that. You know, just find one that pays as much or maybe just a little bit less, but you know, it goes back up, you know, fast, and move on. Otherwise, you really can't complain if you're not doing anything to fix the problem. You said yes to being a manager. When you signed that dotted line and you said yes, you are now on call. Anything that happens up here that the normal employees or shift supervisors, if you have them, can't fix, it's on you. I'm good. Second reason I couldn't be a manager and wouldn't be a manager is the sad one. It kind of pertains to the first one, the serious one, but this is a little bit more emotional because it is emotionally and physically draining to be a manager in some places. When I go into my neighborhood McDonald's, the managers are always running around like chickens with their heads cut off, and it is a very stressful job. Yes, everyone knows fast food is not easy, especially when you work at an establishment like McDonald's. You're the #1 burger joint in the world. There's damn near a McDonald's in every city and town on this earth. In other countries, probably. Like, they make stupid money. So, of course, it is going to be very expensive, you know, when it comes to being a manager there. Not so much as price-wise, but as in, you know, just physically being taxing on your being, man. The reason it's sad is because a lot of the good managers are stepped on and treated like shit by people above them, because these corporations want you to be harsh. They want you to put your foot on employees' necks, and that's not how it goes. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I don't care what job or what profession I get into, my manager is not going to talk to me any type of way. Because even though I do need this job and I do need this paycheck, I don't need your bullshit. You're going to talk to me like a human being, because that's what I am. Yes, you are my superior, job-wise. Outside of here, you ain't shit to me. So don't treat me like I'm a kid and I'm a grown-ass man. Same thing with managers, man or woman, that be talking shit to women. These are grown-ass women. Don't talk to them like kids. That's how you get your ass whooped. Another reason I say it pertains to the serious reason I couldn't be a manager is because, you know, everything is your fault. Like, you can have a new employee that's been trained for like a whole week, and during that second week of employment, they fuck up. And the other person there is just a normal employee, so they call you, and you're at home trying to enjoy your off day, and something happens, they fuck something up big, and it has to do with the money. And, you know, these places don't play about their money. So now you have to get out of bed, because more than likely you won't be able to walk through it. It'll physically be something that you have to go up there and show them and fix yourself. And now you have to get out of your bed. You have to get out of your comfort zone, and you have to go up to your job. And most times it's something relatively close, like a 15-20 minute drive. Other times it'd be farther, 45 minutes, if not longer. And it's so annoying because you can't really relax. The only time managers, at least from the jobs that I've worked, can really relax is if they're on vacation. Because when a manager is on vacation, everything goes to the person below them. And if something serious happens, it goes to the person above them. If the store manager at a location goes on vacation, the co-manager now has to run this site until they return. But if it's something so serious, the district manager has to get involved, because it's not, you can't contact the store manager because they're on vacation. I don't even like to call my manager where I work at, you know, currently, when he's on his off day. I like to try to figure it out for myself. But if it's really something that I can't, you know, figure out on my own, I have to call him. Because if it's impeding business, now I have to close down the wash. Now I have to close down my job and stop money from coming in because something occurred and I can't, you know, reason it out. I can't figure out what's going on. A lot of times, managers, shift leads, co-managers, store managers, and whatever other managers there are in some of these jobs, they're treated like shit by the DMs and, you know, the people who are above them. And it's really sad because you have some of the hardest working managers. Like right now, I am surrounded by two of the hardest working managers, and it seems like the employees not mistreat them, but they don't respect them like they should. And my whole thing is they don't respect them because they don't allow the employees to get away with certain shit that they shouldn't be doing in the first place. But yeah, I respect the two managers that I know, which I won't say their name in this video, but y'all know who y'all are, to the fullest because they're cool, they're laid back, but they're hard workers. That's how a manager should be. Fair, firm, and a good worker. That's it, man. It's nothing above that. But it's still sad because sometimes these people, they work so hard and get this location or get the job or get their employees and other staff where they should be, and they still don't get the recognition that they deserve, man. And it's fucked up. You know, I'm the type that I don't need a pat on the back. I know that I'm a good worker, and I know that I'm one of the best whenever it comes to a job that I start. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt to tell your employees every now and then, oh, good job. Even if they're not a manager, tell your normal employees, man, good job, man. You know, thank you for going the extra mile, which you didn't have to, but you did. So I appreciate that. Tell me what I'm doing good on and tell me what I need to improve on so I can better myself as an employee. Don't be one of those managers that's low-key just looking at all the flaws that a person is committing just to be writing them up, just to try to get them out of there because you don't like them. Because I've seen that happen a lot. A manager doesn't like that an employee gets so liked, or, you know, that they have some type of one-up in the job environment, and they try to get rid of them, or they have gotten rid of them. Because karma is a bitch. But yes, it's sad because they're treated like shit. They're treated like, you know, they're just waste of space sometime, and that's not how it should be at all. But it's part of the job sometimes, especially with these busy locations. So, I mean, if you're a manager, I commend you for it because you're doing a job I would never want to do. I don't think I can ever be, like, a manager, especially, like I said, especially not at, like, McDonald's or something. That job is stressful for the normal employees. For the managers, oh, my God. And the third reason is the funny one. We're going to end this video out on a positive note. If I was a manager, I wouldn't be crooked, but I would be so laid back and chill, it's ridiculous. As long as you come to work, get here on time, do your job, make sure the customer's happy if it's a job where we deal with customers and it's not like a factory or warehouse job where we really don't have, you know, communication with the public. And you do what you're supposed to do and you don't try to screw anybody over, especially me. I don't care. I'm the type that I'm a good worker and I'm fair and firm, but I will crack down on your ass like there's no tomorrow. I will crack down on you so tough Eminem would finally be black. I will crack down on you so hard E40 will become E50. I will crack down on you so hard, even though Michael Jackson, may he rest in peace, is deceased at this moment, he will wake up and go, hee hee. I will be on your ass. No bullshit. You come to work, do your job, satisfy the customer, clean everything up, take your ass home. It's that simple. And if you have a job where you don't come in contact with customers, just come to work, do your job, make sure everything's clean, take your ass home. That's it. How hard is that? I covered this in a video titled How to Keep or Lose Your Job, where I mentioned you're the one who filled in the application, right? Filled out, not in, my bad. You're the one who filled out the application. You wanted to work here because you need a job, or you need a second job, or you need a third job. I'm not forcing you to fill out the application. You did it on your own accord. So, when you sign that dotted line, if I offer you the position, if the interview goes good and your background is good and all that shit, you got the job, but you will abide by the rules and regulations that this job governs. I wouldn't even care if you were on your phone. As long as you're not playing music out loud where customers can hear it, as long as you're not FaceTiming, Snapchat, doing any of that shit that, you know, can be distracting. Just being on your phone, like texting or, you know, being on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. That's fine. But any of that, you know, well, not even Snapchat. Just as long as you're not playing no loud music, I would care less what you do, fam. My thing is, as long as you come to work on time, you're a good employee, you get your job done, you don't start no shit, you don't talk no shit, you don't gossip, you don't do anything that's unnecessary and has nothing to do with what your job is, I'm cool. I would be cool as hell. But that's not the type of manager that a lot of these companies, if any company, would want. They don't want you to be too cool. They want to convert you into a person that you're not. And I'm not with that. If I ever did decide to be a manager, it would have to be, man, something that I created. I have to be self-employed if that was the case. To take it, willingly. If I get into law enforcement and they, make me a sergeant, captain, corporal, anything like that, you kind of can't, I don't think you can say no to that. I think once you've been on there and you do your job, you get moved up automatically. So that, I would have no say-so in that. But otherwise, as long as I have a say-so, I would never be a manager. You won't be able to get anything over on me. If I walk in and you're bullshitting, you're not doing your job, you're not cleaning, you're not taking care of customers, whatever the job entails, I'm sending you home. That's it. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. We're not going to work out a deal. I'm not going to try to baby you. You're a grown person, supposedly, and you need to act like it. You are not going to try to get over on me. You may not be feeling good that day. Well, your ass should have called off then. You are not going to get over on me. If I walk in and you're not doing your job, you're not cleaning, you're not satisfying customers, depending on what the job entails, I'm sending your ass home. Or I'll just write you up. See, I'll be quick to write you up and send your ass home if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. I don't feel good. Last night was horrible. I just don't want to be here. Why the fuck didn't you call off then? I would prefer you call off and me try to find someone to take your spot or just pick up that extra workload for that day or that night or whatever, other than you coming to work and not doing shit, but you're still getting paid. You're not going to get paid on my dime and not do anything. That's just not going to happen. That's bass backwards. Shout out to Tech 9. I will send your ass home quick. I will write you up quick if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And if I have the power, I will fire you with no hesitation, with no fear of any consequences that may come with it. I don't care how hood you are. I don't care how tough you are. I don't care what you're going through. Your personal life and your work life need to remain separate. Now, if you've been there for a while, or I really like how your workload is, if you got some stuff going on at home, if you're supposed to work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you tell me you can't, okay, I'm not going to be happy, but because of who you are as a person and as a worker, I'm going to try to work with you. But you're not going to try to take advantage of that. I'm not going to let that happen. Because what you need to realize is once you get on that schedule, that's it. Anything you do, either you don't come in, no call, no show, you call off, that's a call off, obviously, or you're like 30 minutes late, that's being tardy. Once that schedule is out in black and white or whatever color y'all schedule is, because most schedules are usually black and white, that's it. That schedule is like your lifeline. And if you miss 4 out of 5 days worth of a lifeline, that might be your ass, especially if your record ain't that good anyway. I would try to work with you. I really would. But if you're a bad employee, you're always late, you call off a lot, or you don't do shit, or all of the above, goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. If anything, I'll be an asshole about it and make sure it hits you on the way out. Boy, I'll be like... But yeah, this last reason, I would be too cool. I would be too... not nice, but I would be understanding. Fair but firm. Those are two very important words, and you're going to hear that in a lot of jobs. Fair but firm. You can be nice to employees. You treat them like human beings because that's what they are. But once they start fucking up and trying to get over on you, or their work performance is lagging, or, anything like that, you need to write them up. You need to stay writing them up, because if you're not writing them up, if you're not keeping your employees accountable for their work and their behavior and their attitude, you fail as a manager, honestly, because you're just going to just sweep it under the rug because you may be shorthanded or you don't want to be mean. This person is going through a lot. I feel for that. Everybody goes through something in their life where it may or may not intervene with their work. But at the same time, a business still has to be run. Customers still need to be taken care of, no matter how many of them are assholes. And I deal with them a lot, but I have a special way to deal with them. But I'm not going to say that here. I may say it in a future video, but I'm not going to tell my secrets. You are not going to get over on me. That's it. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. You're not going to get over on me. Like I said, you do your job. You could be on your phone. You can talk to friends in the store. You can't go outside. You can't be doing all that if you work inside. Like, you can't be straying away from your work post, you know, for long periods of time, especially if you're the only one closing it, or, you know, there's only like 2, maybe 3 of y'all, because teamwork makes the dream work, honestly. Couldn't be a manager. Funny reason, I'd be fair but firm. I wouldn't care, but man, if you try to fuck me over and I'm your manager, man, my foot is gonna be all the way up your ass. Alright guys, that was 3 reasons why I could not and would not be a manager. Hope you enjoyed the video. Y'all already know, drop a like, a comment, share the video, and if you really liked it, subscribe to the channel and tap that bell icon so you will get notified every time ThatBoySteph drop new content, which I do 7 times a week, at least for now. That is all I got for y'all this time around. Your boy Steph is out.